Hey girl, hey. Hey boys, hey. This is Mama Beauties here. Welcome back to my channel. This is a sad, sad day. We all found out last night in the middle of the night that they had found a body in the trunk of a car, you guys, and it has not been confirmed to be Heidi, but we all know that it is. That lots of sources are saying that Heidi's body was found in the trunk of her very close friend's car or someone attached to that car. And evidently, what they're saying, all, first of all, this is sensitive content, you guys. This is adult content, and all parties are innocent until proven guilty. And I just wanted you guys to be informed. I wanted my subscribers to know I did not put the last name on this title, so it won't pop up in the searches for everyone else. I just wanted you guys to know what happened in the middle of the night. I am not going to speculate or try to impede this in any way, shape, or form. But for those of you that do not know, Heidi's beautiful soul was found not alive, you guys. She is deceased in the trunk of a car. And what we know so far is that law enforcement went into this home yesterday. The baby was found. I don't know if they got a tip to the tip line or if they knew about this all week, because I've always thought that it was really weird that they didn't send out search and rescue. Why are they not sending search parties to look for this woman? So I told someone in an email that they probably knew more than what they were putting out there, because they learned from their past mistakes with the Chris Watts media frenzy and all of that. So they were keeping everything hush hush, so that it is confirmed that it is Heidi. Margot is alive, the baby, and it is being speculated that, well, Fox News has reported that a close friend has been arrested. And what is being said is last night, when the police or the people reported the address of where they were at, and the police were saying that they were at that address with search warrants because it was connected to a high profile missing persons case. So we all didn't have to be rocket scientists to put two and two together that this had to do with Heidi. So then when you cross-reference the address, you pull up Megan Humphries baby registry. And I don't know if any of this is still there, but this was in the middle of the night, you guys. I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning following this and hoping to get some kind of news. I just kept refreshing and refreshing. And so what had happened is, what is being speculated is that this house came back to a baby registry for Megan Humphries. Who is Megan Humphries? She is Heidi's best friend. She met her at church camp many moons ago, and when she met another close friend of hers many moons ago. So her these three girls all knew each other, and when Heidi came up missing, Megan contacted the other friend that they met at church camp, and she was talking to her. She told her that Heidi had texted her the morning she came up missing, and that she didn't have a chance to get back to her because this friend Megan just had a baby too. And the other Heidi's other friend C heard the baby in the background. This whole week that Heidi's been missing, she heard Megan's baby in the background, and she didn't think anything of it because Megan supposedly was pregnant. So Megan was at the labor and delivery of Margot, and she was supposed to be pregnant during that time. And evidently, I don't know if Megan was really pregnant or not, you guys, but she was pretending to be pregnant, or she was pregnant and something happened to her baby. And this is all speculation, but it is speculated that she was trying to pass off Margot as her own, because Megan does not have a social media, so nobody has seen a picture of her baby. This baby that she supposedly gave birth to, and that was just a couple of weeks old. Megan, or Heidi, was texting Megan right after she dropped Silas off at school, and she asked Megan if about her nipples being cracked from breastfeeding, and if Megan was having the same problem. Because remember, Megan was at Margot's birth, and Megan was supposedly pregnant at Margot's birth. So then, this is, if you look up the address, the address comes back to Megan, the friend of Heidi. And so we can only assume that, since it says a close friend of a missing Texas mom, Heidi Browser, arrested after woman's body and infant found reports. So we can go ahead and assume that Megan has been arrested, that Megan was trying to pass off the baby as her own, and we will have to wait and find out what happened to Megan's baby and if she ever was pregnant to begin with. You guys, this is a traumatizing case. I cannot believe that you cannot only trust your significant others, but you can't trust your best friend of decades. You guys, decades. You cannot trust anyone. It is a sad world that we live in, and it is just crazy that this woman would do this to Heidi. And the thing is that Heidi's mom has been in town since the baby was born. This was the first time Heidi took Margot out alone, and it was as if that was what she was waiting for, that she waited for the mother to leave, Heidi's mom to leave, and Megan just pounced that morning. And that would make sense on why the front door was open, why her purse was in the car, because this happened all of a sudden and abruptly. And it's just creepy that she was texting her that morning at 8:23 or something like that, asking her about the symptoms from the nipples cracking from breastfeeding. And then she lives 2.5 hours away from Heidi's apartment, so she would have had to been right there. Megan didn't respond back, but when she said the reason why she didn't respond back was because she was just busy with her baby. And then by the time that she was going to respond, Shane, why didn't she respond back? And I think that the police probably picked up on that right away if they had Heidi's phone. Or no, was her phone missing? I forgot that part, you guys, where her phone was turned off, so we don't know where her phone is. Let me read some comments, and I can answer some questions if I know them. All right. Saddest news, you're right, North Korea. Thank you, Brandy, for your comments. Did they actually think they would get away with it? And yeah, I don't know. Is the boyfriend involved? Is the boyfriend of Megan involved? It says that just a close friend of the missing Texas woman has been arrested. It doesn't say that the boyfriend has. Let's see what else we can get information-wise while I read these. Hey, all, I'm so heartbroken. Prayers for Heidi's family. This is odd case. Friend kidnapping them. Yes, it's very odd. And she was trying to pass Margot off as her own child. Prayers for Heidi's family. Yes. And if you're a non-believer, just send some positive vibes their way, some positive thoughts, meditate, just sing a kumbaya, whatever it is that you do to send love and light. Please, this family needs it more than anything in the world. It is very sad. I'm so glad Margot's alive, but it's just devastating that her mother isn't. I really hope this case doesn't turn into reason to keep the public quiet during future investigations. If Shane and his family chose to make a deal out of all the speculation. Yeah, and the thing is that other YouTubers have been contacted by the potential father of the baby. Evidently, Shane and another guy named Casey could be the father of the child, from what I'm gathering. If I'm wrong, correct me. But so that guy reached out to one of the YouTubers and said, hey, Margot could possibly be mine, and gave his side of the story. And then Heidi's best friend, besides Megan, the one that met Heidi at the same time that Megan did, she reached out, or she was on another YouTuber's channel, and she found out about what happened while she was live on that channel. And they were speculating that Shane had something to do with it, that it was all him. And then all of a sudden, when they looked up the address, she realized that that was Megan, and that was the girl that she had been talking to till 3 a.m. some nights, and had been reaching out to her and all kinds of stuff. It's just so messed up. Yes, you guys, and it just goes to show that you can be best friends with someone for decades and not know how crazy they are. Premeditated. Yep. So sad. With friends like that, we don't need enemies. No, she wasn't. What's it say? Planned this since day one. Yep. I agree, Brandy. Yep, I think so too. One of Heidi's friends said Megan was also trying to sell a crib. I guess she was trying to lure another woman before. Yeah, it was a year earlier. Megan sold a crib on one of those like let go sites or whatever. Megan sold the crib a year ago. So she probably, thank you, Melinda, for telling me about the phone. She probably was going to do it. Does this Megan's boyfriend? Yes, his name is Christopher Green, is what the boyfriend's name is. This is reminiscent of Carolina White. Yep. Hi, Mama. Hi, Melissa. Oh no, what happened to the mother? She was found in the trunk of a car, and her best friend was arrested for it. And I believe that her best friend was either pretending to be pregnant, or she had a stillborn, a miscarriage, or she never was pregnant at all, and she was trying to pass off baby Margot as her own, you guys. Still think Shane is involved somehow. Yes, he could. That it's been said that Megan has money. The friend that did this, evidently she sold a few houses, so I don't know if the house that the body was found in was a house that Megan was selling that was vacant, and she just took it there because it was a vacant house and she was the realtor for it, or if she actually lived there, you guys. And we don't know that she didn't pay Shane for the baby, because Shane was very detached to the baby, because I think he thought it was Casey's, the other guys. And so you can see in his interviews that he's very detached from the baby. So I am not 100% sure that Shane is not involved somehow. I was 50-50 with Shane before, almost 60-40, thinking that he was guilty. But I kept an open mind for that 40% that he wasn't. And now I'm only 25% he's guilty. But that 25% is a huge chunk of 100. It's a fourth, you guys. So I'm not sure. I agree, Brandy. Brandy, me and my daughter been saying that Shane was involved from day one. Let's see. This is the first I've heard about this. I got to catch up. Sounds so sad. It's not on the news. All of this got busted out on YouTube, Ashley. None of it is on the news, because the news has to verify what all of their content before they publish it, supposedly. This is the freaking crazy. Agreed, Brandy. Heidi has a boyfriend, and get back to Shane, and Troy's that baby is Shane's, if I understand right. I don't understand that. His feed her comment rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, feed her. The mom is with him. Why would someone need to feed the baby? So that's weird for him to be saying, feed Margot to the public. We all seen him say, if you have her, feed her. Why would you say that? Because you know that Margot and the baby, or the mother, are together. The mother feeds the baby. So why would someone need to feed her? So did you know that Megan had her, and you were saying, was that a Floridian slip or whatever it's called? Floridian. Anyway, yeah, that was very odd for him to say to the camera for them to feed the baby, because a mom is, that's why she messaged Megan about her cracked nipples, is because she was breastfeeding and it was hurting her. I feel like Shane was not involved. I never thought he was guilty just because of this interview. Nah, I didn't think he was guilty either, Melissa. I'm right there with you. I was 60-40 just because, and I was 50-50 at first after the interviews, but I became 60-40 after I heard a lot of the friends say that their relationship wasn't as great as he was portraying. Yeah, why would you say that, Brandy? I didn't bring her up at all. This is this, you can figure this out on your own. It has nothing to do with Jay. Her disdain for me is obvious, so please do not bring her up on my channel. Anything is possible until disproven, but I don't see his body language was necessarily reflecting guilt. The so-called friend was there for the birth of Margot. Unbelievable. And Brandy, a lot of people had already Googled and found that baby register way before she did. It was all over Twitter. They got their information off of Twitter last night. The so-called friend was there for the birth of Margot. Yep, that's what I just said, Kathy. I told everyone that at the beginning. This happened on the 12th, but it came to light on YouTube, you guys. All of this information came to light on YouTube. So there are creators out there. All you have to do is type in their name if you want to go and hear the other creators talk about the information that they've been given. Family members have talked to other creators. The potential baby daddy of Margot, the other guy, has talked to YouTube creators. So all you got to do is type in those names and you're good to go. That comment he said during an interview, feed the baby. Yeah, that was just wow. If one is under suspicion and worried about looking guilty, they quite often ending looking more so. Breaking now news conference at 2 Texas time. When is that? How long from now, Brandy? I think, God, these comments are too fast. I think he was worried about his baby. That's what, if she wasn't eating, he was scared someone had them. Yeah, but the mother and the baby were together, so the baby would eat. He should have been worried about her not eating, but the baby would be eating because unless the people that had her would separate them. Maybe that's what he was worried about, Melissa. Heidi and Shane was together and broke up many times. Yes, that is absolutely right. I thought at times Shane was awkward, but needed more information to form an opinion. Thank you, Ivy Lynn. That's what I said. I needed more information before I broadcast it live all over YouTube. We have analyzed Shane's every minute of interview and need to take a step back. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Never felt he was guilty. Thank you, Jesus. It teaches no rash judgment, right? Wait, what? She said she watched on Jay for Justice. I said, shh, we watched this too. Oh, I didn't see that comment where she said she watched on Jay is for Justice. Who said that, Brandy? 2 hours from now. Okay. There are still some odd things that I wanted to talk about Shane, though. The reason why that I think 25%, okay? Normally, I would think that he's not involved at all since the friend's been arrested, but there are a couple of things that still make me uneasy about Shane. Shane is the dad, yeah, but he's the dad of the 6-year-old, but they're not sure if he's the dad of Margot. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Okay. So, do you guys know? I've heard that Shane picked up Silas early from after school. And I've also heard that the school called Silas, or the school called Shane and said that Heidi didn't pick up Silas and that he needed to come get him. So which is it, you guys? Did Shane get called by the school to come get Silas, or did he go pick up Silas early from after school? I'm very curious about that before I say how I feel. It's okay, Brandy. No worries though. If he was involved, she will give him up. Oh, she will. She will. Okay, so I'm wondering if the school called him to pick up Silas and said, "Hey, Heidi didn't come get Silas. You need to come get him." Why wouldn't he go get Silas when he saw her car in the driveway? He knew that her car was there and that she could not use her car to go get Silas. So why would he not have already known to go get Silas? If he comes home from work, he sees her car in the driveway. He thinks that she's at a friend's house. How in the world, why didn't he automatically go get Silas since the car was there? He saw the car didn't move to go get Silas. So the car being home would have been his first idea on why he needed to go get him. I don't understand how he saw her car in the complex and he's like, "Oh, she's going to get Silas even without her car." Did he expect her to walk to get him? Was the school close enough for her to be able to walk? He knew she had the baby. So I don't understand why the school would have to call to get him to get Silas when that Silas should have been his first thought when he pulled up in there and that car was still there. He should have known that Silas got out of school at such and such time and that since her car's sitting there, I better go get him. So that is the craziest part. I know we don't talk about the other one, LOL. Good afternoon. Thank you, Brandy. You're so funny. I think I'm more hurt about that Brandy than anything because I looked up to her and I thought that she was the best thing since sliced bread, and I thought she was awesome and I held her on a pedestal. I commented in her lives as much as I could, and then for her to come over here and tell me that I'm too loud when I only have 100 or 1,000 subscribers at the time. I was a little guy compared to her however many thousands and thousands and thousands that she has. And so it really hurt me that she went out of her way to come over here after she's seen me in her chat boxes. She even called me Mama Booties like everybody else does. Everybody calls me Mama Booties because they don't understand the beauties in it. And that's understandable. I get that. That's how it looks when you read it. But to come over here when you're a bigger person than me and to just kind of shoot me down, it deflated the grandiose idea that I had of who she was. And that just goes to show you guys, you never know people's true intentions. You never know people's inner darkness. You never know. You never know. Just like when I was standing next to Andrew and we're swinging back and forth, our other coworker is singing karaoke. We're just jamming. We put our heads on each other. And a week later, he's in prison for murdering a coworker of ours with a ball peen hammer. So you just never know who you're fraternizing with. Never know. The awkward smiling, yes, but I used to laugh when I got in trouble or got caught. I would smile. Like that's how people would know I was lying, is I couldn't not smile when I lie. Like if they accused me of lying, I immediately smile. I don't know why. That's how people can tell that because I'm not a very good liar at all. Most people with Asperger's aren't. We don't understand lying or why. Yeah, some people do it when they're nervous. You're absolutely right. He thought she was at the neighbors in apartments. That's walking distance. He probably drove his own vehicle. Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand why he wouldn't automatically know to go get Silas, you guys, if her car was there. I, as a parent, would know that. Thank you, Brenda. Patty Allen sent me some amazing hair care products for Christmas. She's the bomb.com. Little boy Silas will never have a Merry Christmas ever. I know, babe. I know. That is so sad. Yes, Heidi was found, Teresa, in the trunk of her best friend's, in the trunk next to a house associated with her best friend who was pregnant with her at the same time. Maybe he thought she was with a friend who to say what anyone else would do. Baby is alive. Heidi is no longer with us. Very sad. Best friend tried taking Margot. Yep. That's what we've talked about here, Teresa. It seems that they are saying Shane has been totally cleared. Yes, he should be, as he should. I mean, there are a couple of things that make me question him that we'll talk about. But he should be cleared. Little boy lost his mama on just before Christmas. My husband's friend killed himself, and family have a horrible holiday. The world is so sad in many ways. He came back and hung out at a neighbor's flat. Might be typical laid back, lazy guy. Don't listen to haters. This is the most real channel. Real means longer to build a channel. I'll call you D. Oh, thank you, Twiggy. Yeah, it's really, really sad, you guys. I cannot believe that this family is having to go through this. I cannot believe that this little boy is not going to have a mama. I cannot believe that this little girl had to possibly be around whatever happened to her mama. And she is detached from her, missing that bonding and the nourishment that she was getting from feeding off of her. And so they say that when babies are taken away, even as an infant, that can stay with a newborn, that give them abandonment issues even as an infant, you guys. There are studies that show that infants that are taken away from their mothers can have abandonment issues later in life because they still feel that. She was faking it. Exactly. The BFS was faking the pregnancy. And bless her heart, Heidi had her in the labor and delivery room of Margot, and she had no idea what her intentions were. And they said she was pregnant at the labor and delivery of Margot, so that was fake. It is speculated or alleged that was fake, that she never ever was pregnant. And the sad part about it is that Heidi's other best friend, she heard Margot in the background the whole time she was talking to Megan about Heidi and Margot being missing. She would talk to her for hours, and she would hear the baby in the background, and she would even say, oh, she sounds adorable, or she sounds precious, or really cute. And she had no idea she was hearing Heidi's baby the whole time. Yes, it's awful. Amen. Hallelujah. That's right, Ivy. Rejoice that Margot's still alive and that her mommy can live on through her. And there's a piece of Heidi in Margot. And so her family will be able to hold on to that. And let's just all uplift them during this time and just pray for justice and that the family gets closure and the truth, and that this Megan girl is singing like a canary. Yes, it's definitely premeditation. And this was her first day out with the baby. And so she had planned to do that the second that she left with the baby. I want to know how she did it, because she doesn't, she looks like a tiny little thing. Heidi looks like she could take this girl on if she had to. So did she have a stun gun? Did she use something? Like, she trusted her. We know that she had the element of trust. So she would have gotten in her car. She could have pulled up crying and got her to get in the car. Who knows what happened? I know, but when children are involved, it breaks my heart. Mama love the kids. I do, you guys. They're so innocent and so helpless, and they didn't ask to be born into this. And that's what makes me so angry, is that you have to be so calculated and cold to not care about that 6-year-old boy who's not going to have a mama. And I guarantee you this Megan girl has a mama. She doesn't know what it's like to not have a mama. She doesn't know the gut-wrenching pain on holidays to not have a mama. She doesn't know what it's like, and maybe she does, but normally people like this have their parents, and they don't know what it's like to lose somebody like that. So, and she obviously didn't have postpartum because she never was pregnant, from what I hear. She had help, right? Right, Chaz? Was Megan's boyfriend involved? We don't know yet. Dare to be different. I wish I did know. Heidi was only 5'3". Thank you, Mary Deathy. So yeah, that my mom was 5'2". That's, it doesn't matter how big you are. That is tiny. She owned a daycare, Belinda. Imagine going to Megan's daycare. Her mom is who called in a tip. Oh, that is awesome. Let me see what I can find out. Let me just do a quick search for you guys and see if there's any new information. Okay. All right. So, news. Houston area woman charged in the case of missing Auburn. Oh, they looked up her charges. The Statesman is reporting that a Houston area woman charged in the case of missing Austin mom Heidi Browsard. And then I believe that they have her charges thing. Let's see. If I can get it to play. Why is it not playing? It's freaking buffering. Probably have too many windows open. This is nuts, you guys. Man. Just says 8 days after an Austin mother and baby was last seen, police in Austin and Houston made an arrest that points. Oh, come on. All right. Why does it not let me see it? It's like they blocked out the name. This is really upsetting me. Let me see what else I can find. News. I'm grateful the baby's okay. Thank God for that. It may be Shane's only comfort in the future to think she called her a friend. How sad of a betrayal. Her mom called a local fire department that requested the CPS visit. Melinda. Okay, thanks. That is known. It's all over the media. What Melinda is saying, it's all over the media. And plus, if you guys go and watch those other YouTubers, you can get a lot of that information that Melinda's saying. I'm trying to go to the most recent one. Not one that's an hour old. I already read the Daily Mail one. That one was this morning, Veronica. Okay, Melinda, I'll all right. Well, you guys can just look everything up, and thank you for taking the time to listen to me. We can all just do this on our own, and we'll just all go research, and I'll come back for a Chris Watts discovery read. So thank you so much for your time and attention on this, you guys. Let's just pray for all parties involved, including Shane. And Megan's family is going to be losing her as well. She is gone for life. And so let's not forget about them, because they didn't have anything to do with it. And yet they're still going to lose a family member as well. And let's just keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers. And we will, I'll just let you guys go look everything up, since it's being reported anyway. So I was trying to bring this to you guys before it actually hit, but I took a long time taking a shower, because I knew about all this at 5 o'clock in the morning last night, once the baby registry showed up and everyone figured out who Megan was. So you guys already know the news has been great on staying on top of this. Melinda's let you know everything you need to know. So my job is done, and I will see you guys later. Thank you. Don't forget, I'm going to be here on Christmas Day from 1 to 3, from 5 to 7, and from 9 to 11. So I am looking forward to spending my holiday with you guys. You all mean that much to me that I want to make sure that you're not alone on the holidays. And this is just so sad and devastating. I was crying my eyes out last night when I found out. And it just goes to show that that best friend you think that has your back could be internally plotting on you. You just never know. We live in a horrible, horrible world. And evidently there's going to be a press conference here in about an hour, you guys. So we're all going to just go check that out. And thank you all so, so much. And I am hoping that you all have an amazing weekend. And I normally do not report on this kind of stuff, but I wanted my subscribers to know. The whole point was for me to get this out there before the media did, but they beat me to the punch. And then obviously it's been out for a while, because Melinda knows everything about it from media. So you guys go do your Google searches and stuff, and we'll show some respect to the family by not talking about this anymore while they grieve. All right. Big love, much love, and big hugs. Talk to you guys later. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye. I love you too, Dolores, Lala K, Jackie, Good Citizen Green, Savitoliki, Vahanan. Love for you too. Bye, you guys. See you later.